Hello, guys. Yes. Hi. Thanks, Cass, for joining us. Yes, I do know my mic is unfortunately on. I haven't worked out how to disable it from the actual streaming software. And if I switch it off, I have to reprogram it. We should be live now. Still, I don't want to officially start it for the next 3 minutes. But welcome, Cass. Anyone who's watching, say hi. Let me know you're in the stream. Today we've got a load of new things planned. A few little tidbits down here. This is what we're going to be doing today, but we're actually going to be doing it underground. Hey Anne, nice to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Always nice to see a friendly face. Well, I say friendly face, I've never seen you, but nice to see your name. Hi Ken. I was about to call you Kevin. I kind of glanced and then realised my screen was going all over the place. Nice to see you again. So, as I was saying, this is new. Actually, most of this is new. I should kind of talk about this a little bit just as we're getting started. Just let me remove the fog because it does seem to slow my frame rates. And if you didn't know how to do this, here's a very quick tutorial. It's Ctrl-Shift-L and then you need to go to the tilde key. And if you see in the very bottom left hand, hi Benny Slides, hi Dark Rain, hi Elliot Benson. Oh, there's loads. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm amazed we've managed to go up 300 subscribers in less than a week, which is mind-blowing for me, as it took me 6 years to get 900 subscribers. So thank you so much, guys. It's really encouraging, all the support. As I was saying, once you press the tilde screen, you then type in r dot, what is it now? Space fog 0. No, that was wrong. Let's do this again. Tilde r dot fog space 0, and everything clears up. And hopefully we'll have a few more frames now. I should probably do one on optimizing your game as much as possible. Let me just see if we can get this a little bit lower. Luca, thank you for joining us. So what we've been doing recently, we've kind of gone a bit haywire with the circle building. So as you can see, we'll go down there soon. I've been working on a little kind of... just auto-saving. Give it 1 second. Hey Leo, Gacia. Gacia, I hope I've got your name right. That's very Spanish. Ken, I'll most likely bounce in and out as... yeah, that's no problem, don't worry. Totally understand. What we've been doing here, basically, is creating a, bachelor pad area. It's to connect the top of the map to the bottom. So we have this massive waterfall, and the idea is we use it as an elevator chute downwards. And it also looks pretty cool overlooking the base, and also if we... go up to here, I've been placing my hub as well, so that we have like a little, this is my idea of a helicopter pad, so if we send anything up you can actually see it go off. But if we jump down, we're going to go into the actual monstrous build that's in the process of being built. I haven't saved it, so if we die we could end up anywhere in my games, so let's try not to do that. What we're going to do is start with the demonstration of what I've built. I think that's a good way of doing it. And then we'll also be talking about things and going into how we're actually building it. But I thought we'd place the space elevator here. It kind of goes down to almost the very bottom. And then it's a bit of a pain to work around with it being... I can't place walls, you see, here or on the other sides. And so unless I go all the way out, which I didn't really want to do, it looks a bit shabby. And I need to redo these kind of walkways so that it looks like that. And I think we'll even go a bit further up. But moving on, what we're doing, if I run over to our new circular build transport hub splitter connection to the underground base thing, it's all... I need a single name for it. I'm calling it the Roundhouse at the moment. A little a little nod, that's what I was looking for, to Shakespeare's Roundhouse Theatre in London. I have a theatre background, and so it was just a nod to him. It doesn't look anything like the Roundhouse, But once we get that, I've just realised I've not got any sound. I don't know if I've turned it off. I've got a tiny bit of sound actually. It must be just really quiet. So last week we had this here. It was a kind of truck stop area where everything got transported down here to the underground base. I've scrapped all of that. For something new, something you may have seen in the sneak preview. Oh, you can't see it here. Of course you can't. It's just the ground. But what we're doing, I've been working around the truck stops. We're doing the Mythbusters video for trucks versus conveyors. And I wanted to add a truck stop here. Apparently 3, possibly 4 truck stops can feed 1 truck. So there are reasons why it could be more efficient. And so that's what we've done here. And as you'll soon see, we're going to have a second one of these placed over here. Hey, Sad Ivor. Hi. And hey, Mark. Anonymous. Hi, I wonder how many hours do you have in this game? Well, this build, I think we're on about 280, but it also deleted after the first 50, and I probably have about 60 hours in another game. So, a fair few. I have a bit too much time on my hands, apparently. But what we're doing here today is we're building another one of these. That's going to go here. We're going to have the truck stops this side and 1 truck stop over here. The same with this. And the idea is they all feed into this central hub. Hey Gary, nice to see you again. So we have 3 elevators here, we have 1 over there, and everything gets transported to the bottom. Now, what better way to demonstrate than to actually demonstrate it? This could be dangerous. I may have frame rate drops or something. So what we have here is a whole truck full of random junk that I've been collecting. And we are going to drive it into the truck stop, and then we're going to kind of race to underground. Unfortunately, I have to go to the underground entrance for us to get there in time, so that you can actually see what's actually happening down there. So wish me luck. Found your videos this morning. Great content. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you find it really useful. Like, all your kind comments really do encourage me to keep doing this. But as we can see, this is empty now. Took next to no time, and all of these floors, elevators are being used. Just call me Sad. Okay, you've got it, Sad. But everything is going in there, and we're going to rush to the underground factory, Dwarven Factory. I think we need a better name. There we go. That's something for you guys to do. We've got 2 names. You guys come up with a name for the Roundhouse, unless you like the Roundhouse, and also another name for the actual underground base. We need like a cool name for it. But anyway, we're going to run down, and hopefully everything's working. I need to sort all of that out, actually. I've been kind of neglecting this part of the base to work down here. As you guys will soon see, I've made quite a bit of progress, and the idea of this stream was actually to do this all with you guys here, and we could actually see it all developing. But I just get a bit carried away with ideas, and then I think, oh, you know what, we'll extend this, and before I know it, it's a full build. We're not going to use the lift or the elevator to get down there today, because it's probably best for you to actually see it from over here. So, the elephant in the room is this. This is the Roundhouse here. So everything is getting transported down to here, and then, fingers crossed it's working. If it works, oh no, that was a fail. Failure. Quickest way to get up is down here, I think. And so this is the Roundhouse that we've been working on. It's like it's run by 2 little power slugs. You'll see them. There they are. They're slaving away, and everything else is being brought down from the very top between all the, well, 3 I think it's just these three. Yeah, these three kind of let's get up here, elevators, and everything goes around the splitters on the outside, and there's a second one that sends them on the inside, and they eventually get brought onto the outside ring, which then gets sent down again, providing it's not been collected, down through the middle ring to the bottom, where other things are being split as well. So it's pretty... What's this? Reminds me of Orthanc when the orcs were building the army. Ah! I see that. I can understand that one. Hi, Total. Oh, hi, Carol G. Nice to have you here. Oh, so smooth. So amazing build, mate. Thanks. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Ken. Lol. Mesobaranzan. Oh, I can't even say that. The D&D fabled Drow underground city. I've yet to go there in D&D. But that sounds pretty cool. Menzoberranzan. We need a slightly shorter name. But as you can see, everything... Well, I could have actually done it from here. But the idea is that everything goes in here. Let's just stick... Let's hope I don't need these. These things in here. And you can see them going around. I've yet to have a bottleneck. He says he's probably going to bottleneck it now. But everything goes up and then round. And then... to here where it all goes down and then gets split all into the various different containers. Now we have 32 items in total. Mark, Anonymous, you did this all by myself. Yes, I did. It took a lot of work. I had a factory beforehand which kind of provides all the items, and then I get everything down here and then build it myself. And I quite often rebuild it all because it just falls apart. So a lot of work. This is what we're doing today, and so if you want, you guys can do this yourselves. I am going to show you how. We've got loads of items here, so we should be fine. I'm just going to need to grab the concrete in this one, and we're going to do a circle build very quickly, as fast as we possibly can. So if you guys haven't done it already, what you need to do is build a foundation, place down a copper wire or a quick wire, and from here we're going to delete the bottom one, and then we're going to start building and hope for the best that it all works on... That's going to annoy me. Let's just hope it works on on the stream. Is that your shopping mall? I guess you could call it a shopping mall for the time being. But the idea... Oh, I didn't actually explain that. Okay, let's quickly explain it. So, each of the items are split into three levels. So we have the top level, which is then a large container connected to a smaller container. And then the smaller container brings it down another layer to the middle floor and the lower floor. And the idea is that my factory, all the items will be filtered through here, so that it's like an entry port. We're going to have two of them plus the train station that filters all the items down. Dark Rain, labels would be so... They really would. They really would. At the moment, I've got obviously my little window mall, as Ken has put it. But the idea is that we're going to then build the factory according to floors, and each of these will be sent to a floor according to their need. So we've currently got 5 floors at the moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We also have the underground vehicle highway, which has come on quite a bit, to be fair. It goes all the way along. Not the under part, but the first layer. If I just show you here. That goes all the way over to the pure iron nodes, all the way over there. And then we also have a 6th floor, which is in between here, which is going to be for me traveling from this part of the underground base to the one over there once it's up and running. And then we actually have the crater side and the upper part. So it is a lot of work, but it's pretty good. Yes, it would. But we are going to start with the circle build. If you guys have any questions about any of this, I was going to say that could have been really difficult. And my idea is actually to use these wires and various other items in-game to create a... what do you call it? What do you call it? Like a race course that you like a obstacle course. And then the idea is to put my save file, or the save file that I do it on, online so that you guys can actually do the race course and try and beat my time. Just a thought. Maybe you guys will like it. If not, don't worry. Like the window shopping, yeah. Exactly. But I really like the idea of this one big funnel for this. Oh, I've already done that one, haven't I? This is where my concentration is key. Yeah. But I really like how it kind of looks and the architecture of it. And the great thing is that because I'm going to have to adjust my mouse sensitivity, I think. Let's go to slow. Oh, this is too slow. Second one. I like how the circle builds in this game actually can be used alongside the square ones. So with the foundation trick, it works well. It looks good. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this for now. Thomas, nice to have you. Over Tomb. I can't wait to get Windows. They make the builds look beautiful. They really do. They change the whole game in terms of the actual architecture. It makes everything so much neater, so much more pretty, and it makes it feel like a factory rather than some kind of like weird, dank, horrible, like industrial place. Unless you go for that, but I like clean, tidy, neat. I like to think that's what I'm going for with these builds. NZ Wanderer, thanks for joining us. Waves, hello from New Zealand, NZ. That makes sense with your name, actually. I had to get up at 4 a.m. to find this stream. My goodness me. Thank you so much. There are a few of you hardcore fans where it's like ridiculously early in the morning. We had some New Zealanders... New Zealand? No, they were Australian last time. Kind of same neck of the woods. Just over the pond slightly. But I can't believe you guys are coming up just to watch the stream. So thank you so much. It does really mean a lot to me. But I hope you find it interesting. I hope it doesn't just keep you out of bed and like stop you from getting a good night's sleep. I am not concentrating, am I? I didn't even notice I'd done that. Let's just add 2 more to these. Sorry, my game seems to auto-save a lot. I would like to slow down the auto-saving. An assault course race sounds great. I'm glad you think that. So I will work on that. I will try and find some time to actually work on that. Although I do have a lot of time drained from this build. Like, it takes so much work to build this, but it's worth it. It's worth it for you guys. Anne, yes, Anne's from Australia. And I think the other one was Captain Nub Nub. I think he's from Australia. I could be lying. But apparently we have a lot of viewers from all around the world. In fact, we have more people from around the world than we do in my own backyard. So that's really interesting. And I'm really so grateful for all the support from you guys. So what we're doing with this, as you can see, we're doing the round build. I should have done this first because it's taken so much time. Sorry. But once we do this, we will then place some big, large... Hello, Captain Nub Nub. Nice to have you. We were just talking about you. I don't know if you heard me. Are you from Australia? Is it you that's from Australia as well? Along with Anne Brown. I might be just making that up. It seemed to like stick in my head. Nope, I'm from the Netherlands. I totally lied. No, I know who it is. It is Dodo, something Dodo. Dodo, he's from Australia. You see, I do remember you guys. Like, I appreciate it. I'm useless with names. You're from the Netherlands. Again, very few people are from the UK on this stream. I think it's probably just me. The rest of the people in the UK can't stand me. Yeah. Ah, You see, everyone's from somewhere else. It's incredible. But I mean, it's great that this game is like so open to everyone from around the world. Dutch pound 6. Okay, if you start speaking in Dutch, I'm gonna be really struggling. I can't even remember any Dutch. I have a Dutch handbook actually. Probably just down there. But no, my Dutch is terrible. The only language that I can kind of maybe do alright in is Spanish, if I'm lucky. Well, other than English. So it's good jobs. It's a good job that you guys can all speak English. Otherwise, it might have been a bit difficult explaining all this. Okay, we're almost there. I think 2 more. And then we can actually get onto the build. It is a bit of a pain, this. Thank you so much. My goodness me, we have so much support. That's 24 people in the video at the moment, which is more than I think we've ever had. No, I think the most we've had on stream is 36 at any one time. But, like, our average last time was about 16 people, I think. So thank you so much for joining us. Hello from Germany. Hallo. Is that German? I think it is. I have some German family, and I've been to Germany once. I went to Hamelin, I think. I think that was where we went. And spent Christmas there. Beautiful country. Would love to go back, but my German is terrible. Un pommes frites. Is that 1 chips? I think that's the extent of most of my foreign language learning, unfortunately. You wouldn't believe that I spent 9 years learning Spanish, 5 learning French, and 3 years learning Italian? No, Latin. It all just went out the window. Right, so we now have... Oh, I meant to go... Ooh. Oh, sugar lumps. Oh, sugar. Oh, no, we haven't even finished. No. Oh, wait. We can work this. We can work this. This is fine. Don't worry. I'm just worrying about nothing because this is that one. UK here. Way, we have 1 more person. Gary Wilson and me. We're the only UK people here. Lol, but I prefer English above. Thank you. We have a new subscriber, the first one of today. Well, on stream anyway. The intention is to get to 1,050 subscribers. I think we've already surpassed that. 1,350, I think it is. In total subscribers by the end of today. I try and do these little kind of competitions with myself to see how many subscribers we can get to. Normally it's about 10 a day, and I've been surpassing that for the last like 4 days considerably, which has like blown my mind. I end up waking up in the morning. You guys are the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing I think about before I go to bed. Not quite true, but I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me and my videos, and it means so much. I hope you don't get bored of me saying that, because I will be repeating myself a lot. Carol, nice to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us. I've heard a lot of people prefer the English to the American English. I find it either way. I quite like the American accent, depending on where it's from. You have, I think, 6 different like main accents. We're a bit all over the place in the UK. We have over 50, and I quite often find Americans a lot easier to understand than the fellow UK members. I mean, try and talk to someone who's Scouse, and then someone from Edinburgh or Glasgow even. Nah, I'm not going to understand a word. Traditional English over simplified English, then. Well, that's one way of looking at it. I think Well, that might be why I find it easier to understand. I think we have a habit of just making words slightly more complicated for no reason, like the way they're pronounced as well. But I find accents in general really interesting. I was in South America for a year and a half, and I travelled pretty much every country out there, and hearing the different like words, the same word with a different accent is really weird, but I found it quite interesting. Right, so we have finally done the first like floor. Let's just make that a little like square. Oh, what have I done there? So the next thing that we need to do is add some of these horrible containers. This could be laborious for me. If you guys want me to do anything else, please do mention it. Because I don't want you guys to be bored. That's the main thing. We're going to jump straight to, we're going to need the industrial storage, and we're also going to need some walls. We're going to need the one wall conveyor. Basically, I'm going to start with walling. It's probably a bad idea thinking about it, but let's do it anyway. So we need to have these, we're also going to need the small storage units as well. Hopefully you will find this useful if you're doing this kind of build yourselves. The issue is getting everything central with around build. I think that's the central one. And also then connecting all the walls up with the conveyors, because they can be quite tricky. I'd already built all the containers the last time, and it kind of messed me up trying to actually fit the conveyors against the wall. Let's have a look at the messages. Where did you even get onto the map? So I'll point out on, let me just put this on. Why can't, okay, so my ESC button isn't working. Oh no, it's because it's Q. So, under the map, I'm pressing all the wrong ones. We are here, well no, we're here, but this is where we started our build, where the massive waterfall is. I went down, and where this truck is, this gap here is a little entrance. I'll probably show it later in the stream, but it allows you to go under. It's a little cave entrance, and then you suddenly find yourself under the map. And I'm hoping they don't patch it up, but if they do, I've got save files so that I can live eternally underground in this game. That'll be interesting. We have, what will you do if they add circles to the game? I will do a video on comparing which circle is better. I will probably, well, I'll definitely be having a go with their circles, but, oh, we need to grab some pipes. It's a good job I grabbed a load. I'd love them to implement circles, but I find the way that we're doing it is actually more useful than actually. I swear X normally works. I'm just a bit worried that if they add circles, it's going to change the way that the rest of the items actually work with the square foundations. It could cause me quite a few problems in my build. So I'll probably stick with this. Why is this not? Why? Okay, now this could be an issue. Oh yes, that is it. We have a little tip here for you guys if you're doing this kind of build. When you go to your wall, your conveyor, did you hear that first click? You need to keep moving slightly towards the actual storage unit until you hear the second one. So, if we start again, 1, 2, and now it will connect. It took me ages to try and get that to work. And that's one reason why it was such a pain trying to build this. Let's go back to the messages because I can't keep up with everyone. I mean, what will you do with some of your structures? It depends on if they're better or worse, how they implement them. I'll probably stick to the square builds as I mentioned, but if they are better, then we will go back to the drawing board and probably do some more. I won't delete them, but I will start another build in another location just to try and... Right, now why is that? Okay. Next one. How much megawatts are you on at the moment? I have no idea because I can't switch on my factory downstairs. I have over 60, I think 60 or 55 fuel generators down there, and I also have a load of coal generators working for me. But why? What is with that? Okay, maybe we won't be adding that one. We'll make this a different thing. We don't need 32 splits anyway, but we'll just see. But the reason is I can't transport enough items at the moment, so I need to go and sort that out at some point. But come on, there we go. Until that happens, I've not switched it on. I think the only real part of the factory that's on is this section of the copper and the concrete. So not a lot at all, but we are prepared for when we do need them. Benny Slides, you've sent this. I'm just going to very quickly have a look at it. I found is pretty good at figuring out some of the components and interactive map. Oh, I'm going to have to look at that at another time, I think, because it's going to take too much time. But I will copy this and place this in a document, your little link, as that... I'm not updating this at the time being. Oh no, everything's getting ruined. Okay, stop. Okay, there we go. It's all done. It's fine. We're going to save it. We're going to... Oh, why does nothing work? That shouldn't have happened. Okay, delete. Delete. Oh, goodness me. I can't even close my thing. Okay, we're going to minimize it and sort that out later. What kind of PC do I have? I run at 20 frames per second and it drops to... Do you know how you can activate a frame counter, or do you have to add one externally? I don't think it has it here, does it? Oh, does it have it here? So I have no idea what my frames are. They're probably around 60. I use a quick little sneak peek. I don't know. The problem is my kind of stream is on a separate kind of time. So I'm going to hold this and hope that it loads soon. But here we have a GTX 1080 Ti water-cooled ICE 7700K. ICE, yeah. And then 800 watt platinum mega supply. Like it's good high quality stuff. I built it all myself. It's just, I think it's starting to show its age compared to the newer computers, like if you bought one today. And I'm thinking about doing a new build actually in December, possibly. I've got a massive mega, like this massive tower, which I loved at the time, but now I kind of want to try and do like a better computer in a more compact case. It's kind of like my videos on here, where I'm doing like a compact challenge. Well, I want to do that with a computer and try not to blow it up with a custom water-cooled system. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. But it's a good computer, and it seems to be holding out for now. That site also allows you to upload your save file and shows your entire infrastructure on the map, plus your current location. I will have to check it out. The windows look really awesome. Hope we get it soon. I'm pretty sure you will get them in the next update. I'm pretty sure So for example, at the moment, if I go over to the walls tab, windows at the moment cost 3 plate and 3 concrete. The only thing that I see as an issue is that they haven't got a picture, and I think they'll actually use the aluminium to create them, the windows. So it'll be more of a late game object. And so to create aluminium, I think we need silicon and... what's the other one? What? You know what it is. It's this. It's... Okay, we're just gonna quickly hope for the best and try placing a lower level foundation, because it's going to annoy me otherwise, and it's better to do it now rather than in... Will he land on it? No, oh shoot. Oh, we got there. It's better to sort this kind of issue out now. That's not the right... Okay. It's better to sort it out now than to spend hours trying to do it later and having to like take off the whole bottom layer. Ah, perfect. We can delete them now. I got the i7 7700K at 5 GHz and a 1080 Ti. I need to overclock mine. I haven't overclocked it yet. So I'm a bit worried. I think I'm paranoid. I overclocked, I think, my last computer, and I got some power warnings when I went, I think, 0.2 GHz up. And so I've been kind of reluctant to overclock my computer without good know-how beforehand. But it's something that I really do want to do. Let's not delete all the other things. Gary Wilson, after watching a video on manufacturers and elevators, I'm now considering scrapping my build and starting over just to start a new save. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't blame me for that. Unfortunately, like often things can... I think it'll be okay. Unfortunately, like sometimes you can see things and just think, that's a really good way of doing something, and then find that you have to delete everything. But if you don't do it, like I've done with this floor, we'll find that we have to... well, for me, my OCD is the biggest issue, and so I might be playing for months, but oh damn it! Excuse my language. If I don't change it, it will nag my soul until I change it. That's my issue. And it doesn't have to be much. Like the radial kind of base that we've got going up. Oh, I don't know if you can actually see it from here. Up there. Look at that. Let's zoom in, seeing as like I don't know if it's frozen or if that's as far as we can zoom. I think we're just saved. There we go. I've got the Ryzen 7 with the new 1660 Ti. Satisfactory runs perfectly. I'm thinking about doing AMD. I'm not sure. The issue is I do a lot of video editing, obviously, and so I want the best for that, which can be quite expensive. But this build here, I think I'm going to have to redo it because it's just slightly out. It's a pain. Silica and bauxite, yes, you're right. That is the update, isn't it? Silica. So that's why I'm thinking that Windows should be in the next update. Fingers crossed. Hello, thank you all who have joined. 28 people watching, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the channel. Say hi into chat if you want, and we'll try and make sure that I say hi to you guys. Okay, why can't I see this? Okay, here's a new tip for you guys that I'm just going to make off the top of my head. If you cannot get the foundations in the right position, if it's only one, you can actually go underneath. I just need to make sure that I can... I'm sorry if I make weird faces when I'm doing this. I have a habit of just using my face a bit too much. Overexpression. overexpressed. So from here you can see that we're under here. We're trying to fill this gap. Just do it underneath, and then when you go above, yeah, that's underneath, we should be able to just seal it without any problems. Carol, I got an i7 which, with an old GTS 760. Oh, that is pretty old. Well, no, like 1080. Like the 760 was before that, wasn't it? So yeah, it's you're slowly getting to the point where you might need to get a new graphics card. Save your pennies. They're expensive at the moment thanks to all the crypto mining. But I'm thinking about getting a new 10. I'm thinking maybe a 1070. A 1070? What am I talking about? Is it a 270? That's the new one. I'm really behind actually. When I first built this computer, I was so like into like all the computer technology, and then I went traveling, and before I knew it, like I just got out of like the tech info. It's amazing how quickly everything kind of develops. But yeah, I noticed that they've got a new wireless VR headset, which is amazing. That's the Oculus Quest. I need that for my HTC. It's a pain. You can enable 8 frames per second with GeForce overlay. If I knew how to do the GeForce overlay, I would do that. I think I need to open up their game system, don't I? I might try that for a video, but I'm trying to save you guys from as much boredom as possible with this on this build. I think once we place all these round containers, we'll do another little tour for all the new people in the channel at the moment, and so they can see how we got under the map and what's being built. Right, let's see if this works now. Come on, there we go. Perfect. So let's just place these all very quickly. For those of you out there who are watching and don't know what I am doing, we, at the start of the video, we went through here and we have like an advanced sorting system. And so it's a pretty good way of doing like a sorter for all your items that are coming into your base. So it's ideally something that you'd have at the first point of call when you're building something like this. And that's what we're doing here. It gives us room for up to 36 items being sorted. So it's really useful. And I'm just trying to make it so that we have a double system in place for... Why do I need 300 pipes? For when we build up there, we're doing a transport hub. So a lot of work, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And this way you guys can see how I've done it without me having to do 20 videos on it, if this is what you want to do. Let's have a look at the messages again. I think it was Alt-Z. Oh, okay, when you have the overlay open. I've been running on AMD Ryzen 5. I need to like have the screen up here so that I can like do both things at once. I'm terrible at multitasking. With the Radeon RX 580, no problems so far. I was really interested in AMD when... Now we need them in case steel frames. When they first put out the R series graphics cards. And I think they definitely have scope. But I think if I'm going for an Intel build, I need to have like Intel graphics card to kind of optimize it with their various software or whatever it is. Like AMD works better with AMD. It's kind of a given. Yeah, exactly, Benny. Thank you. I want the... Well, it's the RTX now, isn't it? It's not the GTX. The RTX 2700. I don't think I can really afford a 280 Ti. We'll see. We'll see when Christmas comes. Maybe I'll be able to find a few extra pennies. But but I'm thinking the build, the extreme compact computer build, will probably cost in the realms of £2,000 again, which is what I did last time. That's off. As we're going around, we're just making sure everything's on their own little foundation circuits, because if they're not, they end up not being parallel to these actual walls. So just be aware of that. This message is, how many times have you fallen off? Well, I fall to the floor quite often, but I don't die because I've foundationed, whenever I'm working, I foundation underneath first. It's something I've learnt through trial and error. So, everything now in this circle is... Oh, this is actually, like, this is a perfect circle. Which works well because we do not need another entrance. Maybe we'll delete one, just so we have an outway. But that looks really nice. Oh, I'm quite chuffed with that. Okay, let's have a run around. Andreas Loaf, nice. I hope I say Loafkey. I hope I've got you. I hope I've got your name right. Yes. This video is on stream, like it's streaming currently, and afterwards it's automatically uploaded as the full 2-hour, 3-hour stream. I tend to like doing only 5 to 10 minute videos just to keep you guys like interested. If it gets to 15 minutes, I find certainly with myself that I get bored and kind of like skip 5 minutes and skip 5 minutes and etc. etc. So the shorter the better generally, but then I do on a Sunday these live streams just so that you guys can see everything and see how I kind of develop. Like this is the splitter system that I recently done, and we were talking about what happens when they have a circular build that's better, and what I'll do with my previous structures. It's like this. My circular build is more efficient than this. And thus I'm leaving this as it is at the moment, and I'll probably delete it later on when I have time. Ken Smith mentioned when you're jetpacking, if you pulse, you're going to get higher than just holding it down. So another tip for you guys there and then. NZ Wanderer, I would put off buying any new CPU until they release the new Ryzen chips. I think it's going to shake Intel to their core this time around. Yeah, and I've been watching AMD. Like, I think it's this year they're releasing them, the end of this year, and I'm trying to invest in a few stocks for AMD and Intel. And Intel are struggling a bit at the moment in terms of sales because AMD has started to take a really big share of the market, both for the consoles and computers, and they're coming out with some really good stuff. So I will definitely be waiting until December to see how it goes. So for you guys who are new to this stream, what we're doing today is building one of these. There. This is my little truck station. So we have 3 this side, which take all from that one truck. And we also have 1 at the back. So if we have vehicles coming from this direction. And we're going to repeat the same here. So we have 1 truck stop there and counter to this one, like mirroring. We'd have 3 truck stops on this side over here once it loads over here. And then we're also going to have a train line coming underneath. So that's what we're kind of doing. Then everything gets filtered down into the roundhouse. Max, thank you for joining our stream. Mr. Beast, is this you? Mr. Beast? No, I'm definitely not Mr. Beast. And I don't think he will ever say hi to me. Far too small. Just saying, guys, can actually see I'm going to quickly change the shadow textures because it gets a bit dark in this game. And over many years of doing YouTubes, lots of people hate nighttime for videos. So we're going to stick this to poor. It's going to change the graphics considerably. But hopefully you'll be able to see a little better. Okay. Andreas Loki, it's nearly right, it's okay. Sorry, I need to go right now, but I'll tune in later. Luca Conrad, thank you for joining us, more importantly. I hope you enjoy it later. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thanks for checking us out there. Can you show the extra foundations that doesn't work so good? Yes, I can. I will do that quickly. Let me just show you what my idea was here. So this came first, and it kind of gave me the idea to do that over there. Which is generally loads of imports that all then get filtered down. The only issue is you can only fit the top layer in. So you'd have to possibly bring this back so that we have the bottom layer here and the top layer up there, and then everything would be able to filter. So that's something that I might work on at a later video. Anyway, Andreas has a good point. He wanted to see what the foundations were. So we have a load of foundations here that I haven't really actually checked out. I thought it was just these ramps, but I think they're all the same. They have a diagonal. Obviously, this is like a little triangle diagonal foundation. Really nice idea. This seems to work actually. It's just not been textured. And then we also have foundational diagonal 8x2 meter, which is a half size compared to the big, well, one of these. So that's going to be useful, certainly for the builds, because we do have diagonal walls, or at least they will be releasing them later on. And then we have, oh, well, that's quite nice. That will actually help me a lot in future builds if it works. Although it surprises me that they've only got a 4x4 version and not a 4x2 version. Then we can move on to the ramps. Trying to keep up with all the chat. Yeah, you look like him a little. Oh, well, thanks, I think. I've never had that before. I've had Zach Braff, which I didn't agree with, but... How do you make the circle base? Well, you've missed the start, because we've just done that. But basically, you have to... Sorry, let me just show them the rest of the diagonal foundation things. So with this ramp, unfortunately it's not optimized. You cannot go up here even if we add another one here. Like, it doesn't allow you to run up, it's just all along, it's still a square block. But that's the other foundations that they've got. We also have where's that? A smaller version, a bigger version, but all of them have clipping issues at the moment. What was that? I'll show you very quickly so that you know what we're doing for circle builds. Very quickly, we're going to just delete these. Then what you need to do is make sure you have something that oh no, I do have. Okay, you need to go to the middle, look into the middle, and then from there you need to grab something round, so like your quick wire or your copper spiel, and then stand on it, delete what's underneath, very quickly grab your foundation. You cannot use the WSAD keys when you're on here, but basically you jump, you press these down, and then you go outwards in a cross, so on both sides. This is loading. Like so. We're just going to do it on two sides for now. Then delete the middle one and the adjacent one. Click on your foundation again, turn the mouse wheel so it moves 1 point, jump and repeat. And now you can see it's going around in a circle, and you just need to repeat this until you've built the circle. So there you are. That is how you build a circle very quickly. Oh, was that a bug? Sorry guys, I'm just going to really quickly try that. That was quite fun. You could actually stand on ground without ground. Let's have that. Stand on it. Ooh. Delete this and then pick that up. No. just had a few seconds delay. So that's how, that's the basic concept of the circle base, and then you just build upwards or you build downwards depending on how you're doing it. And as you can see, I've used it plenty. Twiglet. I like that name. Thank you for joining the stream, by the way. I really enjoy Twiglets. I don't know if you're from the UK, and I don't know if they have them elsewhere, but they're like Marmite covered, like bread things. Justin Latour, thank you very much for joining us. Hello, Total. You may have covered this before, but how does one get a copy of the unlocked game? I would love to tell you guys, love to show you guys, but I'm not able to because it looks like I may get banned for doing it. But if you search save edit files, you have to download one of them. It can crash your game. There may be viruses. I don't recommend doing this. I really don't. If it's for something like the Windows, they are going to be released, I do believe, in the next update. But it's essentially hacking the game, which I didn't realize beforehand. And had I known that, rather than just been innocent self going, oh, I'd really like to play around with Windows, I wouldn't have done it. But there you go. You'd have to look up save edit file and find a safe one to do. I can't even tell you which one I've used because I have no idea. I downloaded it and I can't find the save file and I can't get rid of it. So I'm stuck in a kind of weird position at the moment. Sad, but they would really be useful. Yes, they would, if we could work them. But they'll be released soon enough. I'm assuming you're still talking about the foundations. Thank you. What's your upload speed? I have no idea right now. I'm really worried about doing streaming, but I mean, if you guys want me to check, I can check really quickly, but I'm sure that it will actually reduce the speed of the stream, so I'm tempted not to say anything. I think my download is actually pretty quick. I think we're on about 40-50 megabits per second, I think. As for the upload speed, I thought it was about 12 megabits per second, which would explain when the kind of file goes bad. But I don't know for certain. I can find out for you there. This is the space elevator. I thought I'd build around it because although it's nice, it does look a bit ugly. And so I've been working with that recently. We have if it's your first time here, we also have a place for my cars, a garage. We have our power station. We have a boo that's a bit fat because it's not a square wall. And then we also have an oscillator, crystal oscillator manufacturer. And then we have the entrance to I could go downstairs to the very bottom where you see my ARMS construction base, building Nobelisk and cartridges. But it's not. It's just a lot of factory stuff. And I want to redo it now anyway. Just because I want to use the new conveyor systems that I've done. But this is the entrance into our underground dwarven factory. Yeah, Carol knows what she's on about, Justin. That's exactly it. That's pretty good going in terms of your internet speeds. I'm going to change the graphics again. I think you'd be easily able to handle... oh, what am I doing? I need to be on here to change this. No, not give feedback. Video, shadow, and we're back to the better quality. Oh, I may have started recording in a separate piece of software. Or if it stops randomly the stream, then I know to open... Oh, we're going too far. We're going too far. This is a part of the base where that I will eventually get to, but there is so much work to be done, it's not worth going over there just yet. So, back to the circular base. This message is held for review from Carol. Let me just check this out. I don't want to have anyone accidentally send something. A work in progress save editor. I will allow it, but I won't necessarily say download it or like just use your head for any kind of files that are shared on the stream. The last thing I want to find out is that you guys have a problem with something. I heard there are powered foundations. No, there are not. But there are powered walls which click onto your foundation. I played with them once, it crashed my system. But you place it's like a wall, except the size of a foundation, and you'd click it down, and then you power that, and it powers everything. But it's very buggy at the moment because it will not only power everything on the foundations, once you delete the powered wall or cut the power from it, it will still provide the power. So that's why that's not even close to being used. But it does look cool. Now we're doing the second level here. This is going to be a small container, and it's facing the opposite way simply because we're going to be using it to kind of transport items from one storage unit to the next. Any lights? Haven't seen any lights. No, unfortunately not. But we definitely need them. So if they don't implement them in game for some reason, I am sure the modding community will cover them, which is probably where the best part of this game is going to come from. To be fair, like Coffee Stains are doing an excellent job at the moment, but there's only so much they can do, and so I think the modding community will bring a whole new light to this game. So I will probably, when the game's fully released and they've got the mod support, I will probably be doing like a best mods kind of playlist for this game, as I think that is where it's just going to be like incredible. It'll be like the Minecraft version of, well, a factory game. I was going to say as what game is it? Factorio. But then I thought actually Factorio have plenty of mods. They're amazing. They're the market leader in this. Fantastic game. I just started playing it too late, and I get kind of like overwhelmed with how massive everyone else's bases are, and so I never got around to like putting more than 30-40 hours into it. It didn't help that I was also traveling around the world at that point. I haven't tried it, to be honest. There's some help about it too. Yes. I wouldn't worry. Everyone's able to use their heads. Okay, right, now this is almost done, and I've done the same blooming mistake. So, the mistake that I made last time was that I needed to build a second foundation floor above all of this. And the reason why it was a mistake was because I forgot to build up before I built these. So, let's just do it this way. In the night, walking in my factory is hell. Even with the flashlight, you can... Yep. No, totally understand. And we were talking about this in the last stream. Like, the flashlight is so terrible. It just makes me feel like I'm walking around in a horror game, and I really don't like that. And I think this game would actually make an excellent horror game, in all seriousness. Like, it terrifies me. I think we need to delete this one and place our circular build here, I think. Let's hope for the best. I mean, that's not safe. That's not in the center. This is going to cause us problems. Discover cause. will have to watch when if you upload to YouTube. Yeah, well, I try to upload every. I'm trying to upload 3 times a week plus a live stream. So that's Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And then if I do have extra time to record during the weekend, we do post on a Thursday as well. I think that will be about my limit because it's a lot of recording, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. This is the wrong level. We need to go up again. But I'm really enjoying it at the moment, all this. Only thing is, these live streams dry my throat out a lot. I need someone else to like do the talking for me. But we do try and keep to that schedule as much as possible with all interesting new creative content. Thank you everyone, by the way. There are 30 of us in here, which is amazing. I really appreciate that you guys are checking out my video and hopefully finding this helpful. I'm sorry this is a bit laborious, this build. It's the one thing I don't really... This is why I don't like doing long videos, because I find it quite boring watching someone do a really big build like this. And which is probably why I'm talking far too much. I'm like that nervous person who's met someone they really like for the first time and just can't stop talking. And ends up like digging a hole for themselves. That's me. That is me right now. So if you guys are talking, thank you so much. You're distracting me from saying weird, embarrassing things, which probably crossed my mind. Also, if you're in the room and haven't spoken, say hi. Really, I don't bite. It would be nice to chat to everyone and say hi and thank you all personally. Oh, come on. Why is that not working? No, don't do this to me. Okay, we're going to have to fix that in a little bit. But as long as we do the rest of these first, we shouldn't have an issue. I'm only terrified by those spiders. I think I've put my game into arachnophobia mode now because I'm terrified of spiders. And I was around a uranium node for the first time, and my goodness me, there were so many of them swamping me. What does arachnophobia mode actually do? That's a good question, because there were still spiders running around. I don't think it helped at all. Oh, make them to cats. Oh yeah, I haven't checked out that yet, but I do find... Wait, is that what it does? Is that what... I didn't even realise. I thought that was just a bug or something. That's fun. Come on. This is the only issue about circular builds. They're so frustrating if you're trying to get everything picked. Oh, I'm not terrified by the animals. I think about other things like caging them in. You cruel person. You're the person which cages in the massive like spiders. But I heard that went bad for someone. He was terrified of spiders, and so he caged them in, and it kind of bugged, and now it's running around his base, and he can't find it. He can only hear it. I think that would like drive me insane, like hearing a little spider like scurrying somewhere and not being actually able to see it and get rid of it in a humane fashion with a rifle. I didn't. The sounds off. You want to keep them as pets, right? To snipe them as well. I'm the same. Or like throwing grenades at them and just saying goodbye with the high-powered explosives. Build the walls up, then build from the outside in. Gary Wilson is a genius. I'm just... Why am I doing this? Oh, and that is why you guys are here. You make my life so much easier. We also had this from another... Oh, I need some more plates. Last video we would live stream, we were doing some manufacturing and putting elevators up, and someone piped up and kindly said, you don't actually have to connect them if you hear the actual bleep. And so I learnt something new that day, which has saved me a lot of time. Like Gary Wilson, you have just done for me today, although I'm going to end up deleting half of these walls because I think they're all the wrong way around. I like to have that side showing on the outside. Just, you know, OCD and all that. When you kill a spider in Arachnophobia mode, it's hard to see if they're still alive. Yes, the cave I cleaned out is out. Put a miner and power over there. Then they didn't come back. I don't know if that's... if you place structures near to monsters, if they just stop spawning in altogether. I think that might be the case, because I haven't had any other issues with monsters in my base. Aliens, monsters, you get the picture. Sometimes it's so light that I just feel like I'm in heaven. It's a lie. And let's get back over to the chat because you guys are busy filling it up and I am not very good at keeping up with you guys. In my base and occasionally to make sure they can't attack me or run away. Well then you probably got the right way of doing it. Yeah, my god, that would keep me up at night. Well, what if you cage them and then throw explosives down from the top? I mean... that's the kind of thing I'd do. Did you see that monster that they would add? Weird spider or something? No, I have not. Is this the one that supposedly, like, spits out more monsters? I don't like the idea of that one. Just going to say that here and now. Although I'd be really interested in them implementing, like in Factorio, a way of... the actual aliens spawning in and actually attacking your base. I mean, it could be a real pain, but if there was like a hardcore mode and that you'd have to build defense and actually defend against, I think that would add a lot more to the end game of this game. Because at the moment, it seems like we're just going to be building items to center space and there's no actual real kind of justification in terms of game terms other than that, unless you can then fly off to another world and they kind of allow you to start over again, but that's just a bit monotonous, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, Logan, I can't talk right now.
Why?
I'm talking to all these people. I've got loads. I'm doing some work.
I wanted you to play with me.
Okay, well, I tell you what, if you give me about half an hour, I'll come and play with you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't think that was going to happen, so I wanted you to play with me.
Well, I promise you in half an hour, okay? I've got the time here, I know exactly. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go and play with Granddad for now. Okay, thank you. Sorry guys, my nephew's just came back. He's staying for a couple of days and they went off to a play zone area. And so we're going to have to cut the stream short today, unfortunately. In about 30 minutes, I said. So about 6:30 here, maybe 22. Oh, bless him, he's so cute. Let's get back to the video. They would add, yes, when there is a part of your base, they stop spawning. That's good to know. I'll just keep building them until they never spawn in. Oh, bring Logan in. I can't. My brother's his wife will probably kill me if I haven't asked for permission. So, just keeping myself safe. You never know, maybe one day. Although he might start screaming now. Or he might come back. He's come back. Hello, Logan. In half an hour, but I can't have you in here while I'm doing this work, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I wanted to watch it.
I know you want to watch me. I tell you what, we can watch it together later because this will all be saved.
But I want to watch it with you.
Well, I'll have to do it later. 1 second, I'll come with you to Grandad. I'll be 2 minutes, guys, but I'm just going to have to make sure that he doesn't keep coming in.
I'm just going to put my shoes out so I can wait for him.
Logan. Go with me. Who's my favourite little nephew? Sorry guys, we're back. Oh, bless him. Bless his little cotton socks. We're back. Let's quickly catch up on all the chat. So we call it still Factorio. The evolution is a real problem. They get fast too strong. Well, I've never actually got to the late game, so I've never actually realised the issue in Factorio. But I mean, with a bit of modding, or possibly actually the Coffee Stain Studios implementing that, they'll think that through better, and so it may be a problem in Factorio, but with any luck, it wouldn't affect us so much. Bring Logan in. I'd love to, but again, I'd need to have permission from his parents first. I don't want to upset them. Bless him, but he's such a sweetheart. But he's with Grandad now, so he'll be fine. But like I said, I will have to cut the stream slightly earlier. Family is the most important thing. Yes, it really is. It's something that I really do believe. I'm just a little bit upset that he's going to be a little bit upset with me. He'll be fine. I'll make it up to him. I'll be playing Lego with him for the next 2 hours. Goodness me, I don't know how you guys are still watching at 2 AM. 5 AM. Was that 5 AM? Did I just skip that? Oh, I've lost it. 5 AM. Goodness me. That's too early. I think 4 AM is generally my bedtime at the very latest. So, wait, we have an issue here. It's not the right level. Oh, that's why. Didn't concentrate. No, wait, that's right. Ah, okay. Well, this is one of the things that will be adding into the game, which is a half wall. Is it this one? Yes. So that's what I've done here, there. Oh, I'm going to have to delete this. That's going to be a pain. Right, so for the last part of this video, we're going to skip that because I'm going to have to go and delete all of this to redo it. Kids are wonderful, but I couldn't eat a whole... No, I probably couldn't either. Legos are cool. Oh, I loved Lego when I was a kid. I had so much. I have like a massive case. That you can hear is my little niece Sophia, but she's terrified of beards, and so I've had one smile in my whole life from her. Bless her. We have Satisfactory spiders around the house all the time. I know. Oh no, I couldn't do that. I could not do that. That's my one issue with going over to Australia. I'm not good with spiders at all. I'm going to quickly show you. Actually, we'll go up here. I'm doing a video at the moment this weekend. We're doing a new Mythbusters video on vehicles versus conveyors. It's one of those videos that a lot of people talk about. There's a lot of contention, and so I have set up. I'm going to show you what we've set up here, so that you can see it's like a little test build. We're going to do a series of tests, and we're going to be transporting the items down this line and see which is faster, one truck stop versus one conveyor, 3 truck stops versus one conveyor, and we're going to see how it works out. But you can see this took me over an hour to foundation. It drove me insane. I didn't read the part about the mosquitoes. I tell you what, when I was in South America, the amount of times I was getting bitten by mosquitoes was incredible. And I can't kill anything. I'm a real pacifist. But when I was out there, I have to admit, I did kill a couple of mosquitoes. I felt terrible. My heart bled for them. But the idea is that I'm going to be sending all the ore from here. The only issue is that this ore is the ore that will be sustaining the arms factory of my base. And the issue with that is, because they're pure iron, they're producing 600 iron ore each. But we can't transport that amount of iron ore. We can't extract that amount just yet because of the conveyors being too slow. So that is the issue, which is why I'm going to be using them for this test anyway. What do you think is more efficient? Let's just find out on the stream right now what you guys think is more efficient, whether it's the conveyor in general, or 3 truck stops versus 1 conveyor, or 3 conveyors. I mean, we could put 3 conveyors. I'm not going to do that because it just kind of... So the big issue with conveyors is that it's a lot of work compared to building the truck stops. I think they should address the foundations as the vehicles bump around like hell when on... Yeah, I noticed that the other day. Like, you can see it here. I don't know why, whether that's a clipping issue or just in the actual model when it's moving, whatever they call that. I don't know. The conveyor belts are going to win. Well, that's what I thought, and I'm pretty certain conveyor belts are better. But I think the one exception is if you're taking a lot of items to a factory, rather than having 3 conveyor belts or 1 conveyor belt taking everything. If you have 3 miners connected to 3 truck stops separately, and then 1 truck taking it to 3 truck stops and then going to a factory, I think that's going to be the most efficient way in terms of space and time, unless you build 3 conveyors, like separate conveyor buses, which takes a lot of room. So that's the idea with this one. We've got other videos as well planned down there. If you guys have any ideas for videos, like I have 5, 6, 7 different videos people want me to do at the moment, and we're going to be doing them over the next 2-3 weeks. But if you guys have anything that you guys particularly want to see, then we shall certainly be doing that as well. Just let me know in a comment. Probably not on stream unless I'm reading it right now. But maybe on one of my videos, maybe on my Discord. We have an official Discord now. If you want to join that, I will post the Discord link at the end of the video and also in the video setting thing so that you can join us. But that's just where we chat. I try to be on there as much as possible, but I do tend to work a lot, and I'll have it on in the background. And if I do see it, I will message you back. But generally, I'm not going to be on there all the time. Yeah, conveyor belts don't get stuck and they don't use up fuel. It's true, that's my thought. I've just realised we have a little... what's it there? No idea why. Which is why I was lending towards it. But again, I think trucks have their uses. And also, what do you think's better? A truck for transporting, say, 100 different items, or an Explorer? Because the Explorer is much faster. And though it may hold less items, it might be able to do the route in double the speed, or a third of the speed, or however long. We're going to go all the way to the top. That is the idea. We're going to finish off where we started today. Providing I don't fall down. Marcus, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting to the end. Glass walls, they are, as you can see here, they're not available actually in game. This is a save edit file. They will, at the moment, they cost 3 plate and 3 foundations, concrete, sorry. But I think that will change with the aluminium update, which we will be seeing at the end of this month. So you could use an save edit file. I think it was Karen posted a link to one earlier in this video, in this live stream, but I couldn't tell you when it was, and I can't really point you into the right direction for them either, because I don't know which one I used. Yeah, thank you, Andreas, for... Is it Andreas or Andreas? Because I have a friend with both of those names. Let me know, and I'll try and remember for next time. Yeah, if the truck station is full, the tractor won't refuel either, and can get stranded. If the truck station... Oh yeah, that's a good point. So you'd need a belt, well, you need a system that was never getting backlogged. That's something... That's a real issue in the game at the moment, because we just cannot stop these backlogs of items because there's no end game. It's the end game we need, and I know they're just going to say put the items into the space elevator and maybe you will unlock something else. But once you've done all that, what's the point? They need to have some other kind of end game scenario that you're working towards and developing. That's the one thing about this game I'm actually worried about. But as I keep reiterating, I am sure the modding community out there will do a brilliant job at furthering this game's development if we're not impressed with how it goes. The Explorer will have many issues because of bumping around. I have sometimes a problem that he suddenly makes a sharp turn when on full speed. Yes, I think that's because they've enabled kind of drifting with the vehicle, which is cool, but there is an issue in that it's very easy to lose control while you're driving it, and thus it's not great. But it's whether the AI runs it better than we do. Ooh. I understand what Gary Wilson is saying. I have, if you have a bottleneck. Oh wait, no. I found that some of my tractors have been stranded, and I don't know why, because they should have been fueled. But I don't know if it's a bottleneck, if it still refuels when the rest of the items can't leave. I mean, it's on two separate systems, so I'm not sure. But I found a few of my vehicles, though my truck stops have been fully fueled, they haven't managed to continue fueling the vehicles. Maybe it's just a bug. I don't know, but I have had that issue. And that's one of the things about the argument between conveyors and vehicles, is that vehicles are very buggy and can just often like clip something for the first time and then they get stuck. They don't keep the exact same course. Second one. Maybe we should wait for trains. Trains are going to change this game completely. I mean, I cannot wait. As you can see down here, I'm making the... This is the truck station, and there's going to be another one exactly like that there. And then underneath we're having the trains, and there's going to be... I think this will be the train station. We'll redo the splitter system down there and have that as like the train station, and then we'll have another train system, the monorail system, that actually takes people down to the bottom. Does anyone know if we're getting servers in this game? Because it would be really nice if you could have not just 4 people, you could have like 20 people in your game running at any point. That would be a really nice way of running it. No, you mustn't. Gotta go. See you guys. Well, thank you very much, Twiglet, for joining us. Really appreciate having you here. I hope you come back next time and you enjoy the rest of the videos. Entered conveyors don't run out of fuel. Yeah, obviously. No, you misunderstood me. I'm just running straight ahead on foundations and suddenly without... Oh! Yeah, I've not had that issue. Maybe, I don't know. I think that's just a bug that they need to kind of iron out. Joeb 303 Gaming, thank you very much for checking out my channel. Thank you for coming into the live stream. We're just finishing off now, but lovely to see you here. Well, hopefully my videos help you out with your builds. We have loads of things that we keep playing about with, and each week we demonstrate new things that we've developed since the last week, which we haven't yet put in videos in our live streams. So hopefully you guys all found like the things that we're doing interesting and new. Dedicated servers are on the development roadmap. That's what I like to hear. But the only issue is whether we can upload our current maps to the dedicated servers. Think how great it would be to have a dedicated server and be able to like have you guys in during a stream. Although you'll probably like troll me and like sabotage my builds while we're doing it. That could be fun. But my idea is if I do manage to build a new computer in December, I will keep this beautiful beast for dedicating to like doing the streaming or maybe even the server working as a server, so that we can all play, and then I have my other computer so that I can actually run the game and not have the issues of the CPU bottlenecking or GPU. Hey Naven, thank you very much for joining us. We're at the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed. Well, I hope if you want you can go back and see the rest of the video. Unfortunately my nephew's here, and so I'm going to be spending the next couple of hours playing with him rather than continuing the stream. But I hope you enjoy my channel, you find the videos helpful. Thank you very much for joining us. I missed Carol. I missed your comments. Let's read through that. True, I played a short time with a buddy of mine. He said the same. Perhaps you'd like you said, traveling to another planet or into space, just playing building. Yeah, exactly. I think that's where they're going to go with it. I think it'll be a matter of sending the items up to space so that you can build a new station, and then they will send you off to another planet. And whether they introduce, like if they introduce procedurally generated planets, that would be awesome and bring something new to the game. Oh! That always surprises me. I think my headphones are on too loud. But thank you for the subscribe, whoever's subscribed. It'll actually come on to the YouTube screen, I think. In which case, I'll be able to give you a shout out, whoever just subscribed. First, they need to make multiplayer mode stable. Yes, I haven't done multiplayer mode yet. I will be joining some of you guys in multiplayer games at some point. Thank you, NZ Wanderer, for subscribing. Really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy all the videos we have ahead of us. I've got a massive roadmap. I've got my own Satisfactory roadmap of videos that I'm going to be doing for you guys. It's not actually here, this is just 3 weeks worth. But I've got about 20 different videos I need to start getting working on for the future. But anyway, guys, we are going to cover. We're gonna finish it here. Thank you, Benny Sliders. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in the live stream today. Sorry it's short. Sorry we didn't get to finish this little truck stop, but we will be doing. Well, I'll be doing that probably the rest of it. And I will also record how I did it so that you guys know for the future if you want to build one of these truck stops. But thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it, and it means so much. You are encouraging me to build more things and become more creative as a being. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see, hopefully, you in the next live stream next Sunday at the same time. If you want to join our Discord, I will post that before I leave off the computer. I will leave my Discord on there so that you can join, complement our ideas with your own, and we'll grow our community subsequently. I'm just watering now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will now work out how to switch off the live stream. Ciao for now.